up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I am so glad that you are here. So for today's video, I am going to pretty much talk about my natural hair story and why I went natural, how I went natural, when I went natural. My channel mainly consists of like fashion, but I feel like the name of my channel is called The Black Girl Experience, and I have had to go through things like colorism, hair discrimination, low self-esteem when it comes to my hair. So I know that there are other women that struggle with their natural hair, and just like the whole culture around a black woman's hair, it's just such like an interesting topic, because at least from my perspective, I have never seen I mean, women in general struggle with their hair, but it seems like there's like controversy around black hair, whether it be, you know, black hair in general or just, you know, black women's hair specifically. So I think that it's important to talk about you know, my hair, and I want to incorporate hair videos on my channel because I kind of struggle with like learning how to do my natural hair, but of course I will tell y'all about that in a minute. The purpose of me doing this video and doing natural hair videos, because I'm still learning. So I know that there are other women out there that don't know how to take care of their hair, don't know how to treat their hair, don't know what products to use for their hair. And honestly, I'm still learning. Like I think I've been natural for maybe about, how long ago did I graduate high school? Maybe for about like 6 years. Honestly, it doesn't even feel that long because I didn't start really wearing my natural hair until maybe like 2019. Like the summer of 2019, that's when I started like really embracing my, you know, my hair. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you stay to the end and leave a comment and let me know, what is your natural hair experience? Do you relate to any of these things? Do you have any other thoughts or anything like that? And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications, because I will be bringing content on black hair every now and then. And if you guys have any ideas, drop it down in the comments. And also don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, because it helps spread this message and spread this conversation, and it gets out, you know, a quality message. So without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, so just to give you guys a, you know, like a backstory, and I'll try to insert pictures as well. Of course, growing up, like a lot of black girls, I kind of like was jealous or like envied other black girls that had long hair and you know, had long straight flowing hair down their back. And you know, I think the first time I was ever able to straighten my hair was maybe like 5th grade. My mom used to use a hot comb, and then eventually she took me to go get my hair pressed. And even when I got my hair pressed, like y'all already know, like I would get bumps at the end, and I just, we all know as black girls, we already know how that feels. And my mom would never let me just like wear my hair out, like wear my hair straight, because you know, when you get your hair pressed or silk pressed or whatever, your hair is so easy for your hair to get like back in its curly natural state, regardless if you sweat a lot. And as a kid, kids don't know how to take care of their hair. So if my mom was like going to pay to get my hair done, then she was definitely trying to make sure that my hair stayed as long as it possibly could in that state. So I think I finally got a perm. I begged my mom simply because I never really had a true representation of like the beauty of natural hair, because my mom, she had like a short pixie cut for a long time, and me and her grew up in this culture where which a lot of black women do, that natural hair is unprofessional, natural hair is unmanageable, too hard to deal with. And it can get frustrating, because like natural hair is pretty much like, you have to have natural hair, black hair, down to a science sometimes, and it is very annoying. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, it is very annoying. sometimes. But I mean, I think that that kind of just speaks on how intricate God made us. We literally have to learn our hair down to a certain science so we can know, like, okay, what products, or how do I get my hair to like it's so complex. Like, God made our hair so complex. It's almost like a beautiful thing. But growing up in media and in entertainment, music, movies, television, and all of that stuff, you never really see girls with their hair like this, or with their hair like black girl. You never really see black girls with their hair in a natural state. It's either permed or straightened. And if you do see a black girl with her natural hair, she's light skinned and she has like 2B hair or 2C hair. You never really see like the thick coils, or you never see like the tight curls. Like, there's a certain type of natural hair that you would see in the media, and it's gotten better now. But when I was a kid, this on TV, you would rarely see it. And if you did see it, it wasn't like glorified as beauty, or it wasn't glorified like how looser curls are. So I never had that example. And my mom, I feel like I get my tomboyness kind of from my mom. She was more girly than I am, but she didn't really know how to do hair. Like, me and her would always joke about like how sometimes she would just throw a hat on my head and go about the day, because I have 2 older brothers and I came 6 years after my brother. And so they weren't really expecting to have a girl, and my mom didn't really know how to do hair. So she did the best that she could. My dad did the best that he could to deal with my hair, but I hated, like, I'm super tender-headed now. So imagine like a kid being super tender-headed. I hate getting my hair washed. I hate getting my hair done. Like, I have to talk myself up to do my own hair sometimes, because I just hate touching my scalp. I'm weird like that. So I absolutely hated getting my hair pressed. Like, I would scream bloody murder anytime my mom would straighten my hair, or anytime that she would take a hot comb. Like, I hated like that process. I'm a little traumatized. So I always wanted to get a perm, because I always saw other little girls have perms, and I always saw little girls with their hair straightened. Like I said, just not seeing that representation, and not like taking pride in my hair, and not loving my hair enough to the point where I wasn't even really worried about what anybody else was doing with their hair. But I had got influenced by other kids, that my hair was nappy. I hate the word nappy, first of all. Y'all will hear me talk about that in another video. I don't like the word nappy, because I feel like nappy is very degrading. Just hearing like terrible things about my hair, like my hair is as rough as carpet, like just terrible things that people would say about my hair, or just black women's hair in general. So I begged and begged and begged my parents for me to get a perm, and I ended up getting a perm. My hair was never the type to take perm well. Like, I used to have a friend, and she permed her hair all her life, and her hair was always long, thick, flowy, just beautiful hair. Some women can take perm well, and some women, it thins your hair out. My hair, like my grandma used to say, and I hate when she used to say this, but my hair was like, you could see through my hair. My hair was so thin, and it was brittle. And every time I got a perm, like, yes, it was easy to just wrap it up at night. Yes, it was easy to style, but it was never healthy. And I eventually just got tired of that. I got tired of, oh my God, I told y'all I am tender-headed. I got tired of going to get my hair permed. I got tired of like the chemical burns, and like my scalp would peel. Like, that don't even sound right. Like, putting chemical in your hair to the point where it bleeds sometimes. What? So I got tired of that whole process. And once I got in high school, my mom was living in Atlanta, and I was living here I was in Memphis. with my dad where I currently am now. So, you know, not really like having my mom here with me, I didn't really have anybody to help me with my hair. So I eventually found a stylist, and this is like around the time where everybody started wearing weave. People kind of, you know, people were still getting perms, but people my age were starting to get weaves and sew-ins and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, let me, you know, I want to do that. And once again, my mom lived in Atlanta, so she knew places. My mom was a hairdresser. She knew places that had good priced hair. So she would wear a certain type of hair, and she would wear wigs and stuff like that. And I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of cute. Like, you know, I like this, and I just, you know, be able to put this hair in my head and like not really have to take care of my hair. So I think maybe like around prom, or maybe like my junior year, I got my first sew-in. Loved it. Oh my God, I got my first sew-in. So this is what made me stop getting perms. So the hairstylist that I was seeing at the time, she told me like it was time for a perm. Like I had a lot of new growth. She was taking my sewing out, and I had a lot of new growth, and she was saying that it's either you get another perm or you get another sew-in. And I had got so used to the sew-ins looking so full and cute, you know, and I didn't want to go to my thin permed hair. I just was so over like my hair looking so thin and, you know, just not cute. So I was like, you know what, I'm not getting a perm no more. So I did sewing back to back, which is not good for your hair. You need to give your hair a break. You need to be giving your hair some love in between your sewings. And I didn't learn that until a couple years later. You know, I just noticed that my hair was growing, because honestly, I never even washed my own hair. I would let my hairstylist wash my hair. I never styled my hair. I would never even really touch my own scalp, which is weird, because like you should be able to be familiar with the hair that's on your head. So after a couple years, I noticed that my hair was like falling out, and I started to like lose my edges, and I was like, wait a minute, this is not good. So I started to learn, because I didn't even know how to take out my own sew-ins. I started taking out my own sew-ins, and I just noticed how brittle my hair was getting. And I just, you know, I hated even though my natural hair, my hair never showed, or I would never straighten my own hair. I went years without getting a perm. I went years without straightening my hair. But my hair was still falling out from, you know, back to back sew-ins. I never took care of my hair outside of me going to the hair salon. So I found another hairstylist, and she took better care of my hair in between styles. And then I just got to the point where I got tired of sew-ins, because with sew-ins, your hair is left out on the front. So I had a whole bunch of heat damage. So the back, like this side of my hair was curly. This part of my hair was straight, and I hated how that looked. So I started getting closure wigs. I was like, well, instead of just getting sew-ins, because sew-ins are very tight and uncomfortable the first couple days. Sometimes I felt like my scalp was like being pulled, you know, just super tight. So I hate that. Once again, I'm tender-headed. Hated that. So I just told myself to start getting wigs. I have been wig gang ever since, y'all. From the process from going to sew-ins to wigs was easier from me going to a perm to sew-ins. And the reason why I say that is because it was just easier to like be able to take my wig on and off. Like I hated having to wrap my sew-in up every night. Now I think sew-ins look more natural than wigs sometimes, depending on who does your wigs and what type of closure you get or what type of wig you get done or whatever. So I do miss that about sew-ins, but wigs protect your hair more, and that's how my hair started to grow. I started wearing wigs, and I would get my hair braided up, but I wouldn't do nothing else to my hair. I wouldn't sew nothing into my hair. Like my hair would just be left alone. So I noticed that my hair started to grow. So in 2018, no, the summer of 2019, I said, let me just twist I was taking my hair down from a wig, and I was like, let me just do 4 twists in my hair and let me see how it looks. My hair was so long and cute and thick. Like I was so shocked, because I had never experienced my hair, like my own hair, I never experienced me loving my own hair. Like, it's always been a struggle ever since that I was a kid. And it took me, even with you know, being dark skinned and having the hair that I have, and seeing that culture opposed to that idea, that you know, having a totally different beauty standard than what I look like, it was just so hard. And I think maybe going into junior year, senior year, that's when I started loving who I am, what I look like, and the hair that I have on my head. So, you know, I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to take care of my hair. And you know, I'm on this journey. I started putting my hair, I started doing slick back buns, which I was doing that back to back. When I first started learning how to do my natural hair, I did that back to back, and that was bad because my edges were thinning out because I was brushing my hair back all the time. I like my hair laid. So if I feel like my hair is not laid, then I will, you know, I will brush it down every day, and that was so bad for my edges. So I went from doing braid outs and twist outs, and that's what, you know, if the video hasn't dropped already, then I have a twist out tutorial coming, how I do my twist outs. I always tell women, there's nothing wrong with getting sew-in braids with, like, there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that is wrong is when you don't love what God gave you. I was abusing my hair because I didn't love what God gave me, and I saw the standard of beauty that everybody else was setting for me, and I never consulted God about, okay, why did you give me what you gave me, and why do I look like the way that I look? And I've been learning self-esteem ever since, and I still struggle sometimes. My hair still gets on my, like, I'm getting a wig done tomorrow, my hair still gets on my nerves, but you know, it's all in the beauty of loving you and learning you. So I encourage anybody that is listening, whether you are young or whether you're older and you don't know how to do your own hair, just learn how to love it first and then figure out the rest. You have to love yourself first before you do anything else. So yeah, that's just a short little story. I will be doing other videos on hair discrimination, colorism, all that good stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you give it a huge like. Make sure you comment down below your thoughts. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on those post notifications so that you are notified each and every time I do a hair video. And YouTube really helped me with my hair journey, so I really hope that I can help somebody with their hair journey. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.